fear of better options, it is something that I'm dealing with right now as I pronounce that word. So, in this June, I got a chance to go to Morocco to see the social activism, social enterprise, and the social issues going on there as a part of my graduation project. But what was really remarkable to me, not just the effort, the intelligence of people there that trying to ease the situation, but it is the people I met. Let me explain. So, in one of the organizations I went to that deal with like women empowerment, the girl empowerment, teaching them like education, knowledge, and like help them realize their potential and career aspiration. I was so impressed by the fact that the director or the leader of that branch in Marrakesh, Morocco that I went to was 21 years old or 20 years old, which is my age. So she started off as like one of the girl in the program, and then she became like the helper, the volunteer, and soon enough she became like the leader and director of that branch. The thing that was super inspiring and impressive to me was not the way that she grew up from being in the program to like helping them, but it's the fact that she knew exactly that that's the issue, that's the thing she wanted to do, that's the thing she wanted to commit her time and energy into. She wanted to put her knowledge, her skills into that to help make the impact to the society. Meanwhile, looking at myself, my community, at least myself, I struggle a lot even with just like choosing what courses I'm gonna take in the next semester. Like it took me like 10 days, 2 weeks or more. And let me be clear, so making informed decision is important, but being indecisive, that's the thing that really holding us down and really paralyze us from like taking actions, from actually doing anything. Many of us, or at least me again, we fear a lot from losing by not choosing the best or most optimal option. But in fact, we lose a lot from not taking any action. You know, in this summer where I had like a lot of free time, I came up with many ambitious ideas that I think that that's actually what I want to do, or what I would be like so excited waking up and want to do. For example, like I even thought of like making clothing brand. Like I live in Hong Kong right now. I even like plan like, okay, where in China would I have to source this? Even like what IG reels would I make if I create an IG page for this brand? I even have like a whiteboard brainstorming like over days. This is how I would organize and arrange this and that and everything. But like eventually I reasoned myself out of it, and that's the thing that happened to me like quite often in the summer, because I fear that this is gonna hinder my other potentially better options, which may not even be true. Like if I do this clothing brand, maybe like my grade will drop down. I'll have like less time in finding jobs or in finding like further study and everything, and that may not be the best thing I want to do. But like I just being so decisive and like not sure exactly if what I do is the best. And when we make some decisions under the fear of better options, we still living with the fear or concern that that's not the best thing we did, and we ended up like taking so much time contemplating about what would happen if the options were different, if we chose the other one. And that really slows us down, and something that I'm trying to get better with. In fact, I'm making this video to deal with this, because like there could be so many things that would make me overthinking, like, okay, what should I'm wearing to shoot, where should I shoot? But this is just like a park near my neighborhood, and what camera I'm gonna use, should I change my haircut or something before filming? But I just like, okay, I'm gonna do this now. And the thing that like is the best example of myself having the fear of better option is this YouTube channel. I started like 3 years ago. I really wanted to try doing YouTube, but I ended up making like this 6 or 7 videos, because the whole time of like me starting this, it started out with me wanting to do YouTube, and now I still want to do it. But then there was the fear that this hindering other things, like, okay, the school, the learning skill, learning language, finding job and everything. Like thinking about this, like back then, I look back into like what I did in high school, which is like, why not? There was one project that I did that I'm really proud of it. It was the project to raise fund for hospital to deal with COVID-19. So the project was like me and friends, we were making a custom face mask and then sold it to raise profits to donate to the hospital for the COVID fund. And looking back at it, it's not the number of the profits, the amount of money we able to donate, even though it was a good amount, and I was really happy with the result. But the thing that made me like, kind of gave me like hope, or really rejuvenating for me to look at this time, is the way that I see my entrepreneurial spirit. I see my spontaneity back then when I was doing that project. I remember I was in like an astronomy camp, and I came up with the idea. It was in my grade 12 when we were making a lot of applications for college. I came up with the idea, and like 2 hours later, I pitched that to a friend who I thought that he gonna definitely join, and he did. And then we invited a few other friends to help with other things like let's say like design, promoting, and everything. And then our team, a few people, a few students, we pull it off. It's just so easily like contacting the manufacturing, promoting, talking to the people, the alumni, the parents, and everything to like know about the product, to buy it, and we sold it. We delivered them, and I was really proud with myself with the fact that I can execute the idea that I want to do, and I had no problem in making it happen. Somehow, like becoming my concern is that like I have been coming up with more and more like ambitious and bigger ideas, but then as you can see that I'm also getting better at reasoning myself out of them, because I think that there would be other better options. This maybe is something I don't want to do long term. This is something that okay, it's gonna end up like being like a short hype or a short fun, but then like it's gonna hinder career or other things. But then in fact like it's just the inactivity. It's just me not doing anything that make me not learn. So the takeaway that I have, maybe just for us, is that like to deal with something like fear of better option that maybe you never realize that you have, because it can come in a very small scale. Like okay, what am I gonna do tomorrow or this weekend? Maybe I'm thinking I'm gonna make a plan with this friend. Maybe I'm gonna go to gym. I'm gonna go to church or anything. But then you cannot decide, and then when it got too close, it became so late for you to make any like good plan. Maybe like it's too late to like make plan with this group of friends because they not free anymore. It's too late to book that activity, or too late to like plan for that. What was it because of? Is the fear of better option that like I want to do this, but I didn't want to also like not doing other thing. But we have to choose something. We have to be decisive. We have to be thoughtful and be reasonable. We should take small steps to conquer like this by trying to make like more and more decision decisively, starting with like the easier one first, and then taking that step to like dealing with the harder question, the harder decision, and then take more actions. Because like something that make us thinking too much, because also we are too free and we don't have any like momentum or certainty in anything. But once we start doing something, you definitely can learn that you like it, or you like something else, or you don't like that, and that's a really good starting point for you to move up to anything else or continuing doing that. And lastly is to be more spontaneous. But it doesn't mean that planning isn't good. Planning is always good, but being indecisive is very slowing us down. So be more spontaneous, taking more actions, and that's what I want to share today. Bye.